What's going on, world? Coming at you guys again. We got another quick video. National debt. Let's talk about it. So, if you guys aren't aware, America is $39 trillion in debt. And we keep coming up with different ideas and strategies on how to shrink the debt, satisfy the debt, and prevent more debt. Now, there is some type of communication out right now regarding consolidation of the debt in correlation to what we've already seen through the actions of the Department of Government Efficiency. And I am planning on implementing a agency called the Department of Economic Prosperity upon the 4th of July 2026, in which I want to foster and facilitate into my presidential action in 2028 when I'm elected as President of the United States of America. This will help to ensure as well as offset the cost of expenses that we would normally utilize through the Federal Reserve and the uh, federal taxpayer money to facilitate funds and into the hands of American citizens and American programs, et cetera, et cetera. Because, like Bernie Sanders said, he wanted to break up the banks and break up Wall Street. Well, through the investment of the stock market, we don't have to break up anybody and we don't have to tax the rich, right? We utilize the system in which is already in place. So, like I said before, each day we'll be able to pull out a minimum of $1.2 million in profit, and $800,000 will go straight into the taxpayer account to help fund the rest of these programs, to include Social Security, to keep it going on, so Americans can continue to live the best lives they possibly can live. Now, with that being said, the reality of the situation is every single year we have major expenses in which we push out. So let's look at the normative consumption as well as the normative application of spending and where we can make actual cuts. As it stands right now, we have military tactics in Iran based off of the notion that if Iran were to become nuclear capable or have the capacity to utilize a nuclear weapon, well, then they would be a threat, right? Not the fact of the matter if they have a military, et cetera, et cetera. So when we utilize this concept and we apply it around the world, well, we can clearly see that the nations whom have nuclear capabilities and capacities and have nuclear weapons, they don't get invaded, do they? No, they don't. So the question is, do we need a military? Do we need 5 to 6 branches of military? Do we need a whole host of federal agencies? The last time I checked, in the United States of America, we have the Second Amendment, which gives everybody the opportunity to defend themselves. They don't need a permit, they don't need a license. They only need the accessibility to be able to purchase or acquire or even to build a firearm in which they can utilize, that can keep in their vehicle or they can keep at their home to keep themselves safe and secure and protected. Outside of that, we can have a minimalistic force through law enforcement or local militia to ensure the capacity of safety and security for American citizens as they're out and about in the public. Now, when we continue to look at these measures and we look at these notions, let's go look at the financial capacity and the financial data. Every single year, at least in 2026, the federal budget for the Department of Defense is $1 trillion. $1 trillion for 2026. So, if we were to completely eliminate 90% of the Department of Defense to include military branches, and that's also to include federal agencies, and we rely on the Constitution for individuals to protect themselves, well, now we have the capacity to bring and to consolidate American citizens back together into a form of unity, and it helps to deteriorate and get rid of diversity. Because through unity, we don't need division. Because when there is no people that you can call that come magically show up, you have to Look to your left and look to your right. You have to support your neighbor. You have to make sure that your mother and father and grandmother and grandfather are okay. This is the normalized consumption and correction of unity and familial structure. These are the realities in which need to occur, right? And so as we look forward, we can continue to look inwards and see how we can shape and change and correct the normative projection in which we are currently at. Remember, as it stands right now, the Second Amendment guarantees you the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for safety and security for yourself, your family, and your belongings. America is the foundation. It's time for America to put it into practice, to put it into play. We see too many people skate through life and skate through America with doing the bare minimum and exploiting America based off of what it can get and what they can get from it. Not on the basis of what they can do for their country, but what the country can do for them. And that's why we're in this position right now. We are $39 trillion in debt because a majority of individuals whom have looked at America as a honeypot. And they've asked and they've utilized and they've exploited America on the basis of what America can do for them and not what they can do for America. And the reality of the situation is the complete opposite. So if you guys are in alignment in what I'm saying and you want to see real change, change starts with you. And through your vote into me, change will start at the top and it'll fall and come all the way down to the bottom. This isn't Reaganomics. This is Kelly practices, organic factors for God and country and all Americans alike. Vote Kelly 2028 and we can get this ball rolling.